Welcome back, everybody, to our virtual arena that you can see in front of us. We're actually in a real arena as well as we continue our regional qualifiers here. I'm Munchballs. I'm joined by Dagda, as ever, here on the desk as we get towards our fourth game in the series. And I have to say, Dagda, I'm starting to lose faith a little bit. I've started to give up on IG because we've had 2 wins now for FPX that were dominant both times. IG, they got 1 win, and they had to fight tooth and nail the entire time to grab it.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could have some sort of like motivational speech for the IG fans. It's like, don't worry, they're going to bring it back. They're not going to int. They're not going to ruin the trap. I don't.
Yeah. Hey, look, at least they look like they're having a good time while they do it. They don't look like they're having a bad time on this stage.
Yeah, I mean, the show's been giggling a little bit.
Yeah, he's been having some fun. Say we're rookie. Either way, let's break it down from the draft to start this off, because we pretty much had a rinse and repeat. Like, while we had different top lane picks, realistically, the goals of those top lane picks were exactly the same.
I mean, we've seen it all 3 drafts, right? The only thing that's really changed up is that top lane, but it's been very back and forth regardless, and it does feel like in a lot of circumstances that getting this early lead has really led just FPX to snowballing out of control. But even as you said, when IG gets this early lead, it's certainly not as clean. But when you're looking at, I mean, 6 minutes into the game, 3 kills going over towards this Kindred off of weird plays from Invictus Gaming. I think it was a 2,000 gold lead by the 6-minute mark thanks to that top lane play. Like, I don't know what IG are thinking.
That was the key thing. That 6-minute play in the top side. Once again, FPX, like in game number 1 when they got the first win, playing around this top side, playing around Gimgoon to set him up for success in the top lane. But this time, it was Tian that was the benefactor. And then off the back of all of the shenanigans, IG re-engage the fight again and die again.
Yeah, I don't know the thought process. Like, as we've talked about, IG are happy to make these, like, super slim margin of success plays, where we saw it in game number 2 that it worked out. You get this 3v5, they look amazing. We're like, oh my god, it's IG doing IG things. And then you look at this game and you're like, oh my god, it's IG doing IG things.
Yeah, just the other IG things that we sometimes see. Gimgoon, though, he was loving every second of it. He's going to be our MVP for game number 3, and I think deservedly so on this follow bear. I will say, he was the benefactor of some shenanigans on the other side of the scoreboard.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, 5-2 and 5. And when the Shy is going to TP into your waiting hands, it's going to work out pretty well. This is that top lane fight that we were talking about that just extended for so damn long. But Gimgoon actually, for me, to be honest, has been the MVP of this series. It's not just this game. He has been super impactful in the last game, nearly turning that game back around in favor of FPX. In game 1, we saw this fantastic Camille play, and it's great to see that Gimgoon has come alive in our regional finals, because he is definitely someone who wants to get back to that world stage, add another skin to his collection alongside that Gangplank.
He certainly does. Might be the Volibear at this rate, or might be another Camille's world skin that we end up seeing coming through with how he's been playing that recently. But we're basically now just going to have a montage of Gimgoon chomping down on some mouse.
Yeah, and I don't know what the Shy was thinking in a lot of these situations. Like, you actually called him Munch as we were about to go onto the desk. Like, that TP, what was the benefit? What were you going to get from that play? Like, okay, yeah, you can push out mid lane, doesn't really give you anything. And then again, this was the turnaround play. Literally on my notes, I've just scrawled Gimgoon in giant letters with a bunch of exclamation marks, because he turned around this play looking so damn good, able to get into the middle of everyone, dealing a whole heap of damage, absorbing so much pressure that you have the rest of the team is able to come in the back line, and they clean up this fight.
And I feel like there was that moment where you see Gimgoon running away, and then he stops for a second, he's like, wait a second, I'm the goon. Turns around and he's like, I'm going to 1v4 this one. Makes the play happen for his team, sets it all up for the rest of the squad. And FPX feeling fantastic off the back of 2 games in this series now. And I want to bring up a little statistic that you and I found, Dagda, preparing for this series. And that's that FPX have never lost a best of 5 to Invictus Gaming. Now, granted, before today, there were only 2 best of 5s that these 2 teams had played. But FPX are looking for a 3rd right now.
Exactly. I mean, look, and the most standout one, obviously, Worlds semi-finals of 2019, it was FPX who managed to put IG in their place. And look, a lot of folks were looking at that. It was just as messy, just as bloody of a semi-finals. But today in the regional finals, again, FPX looking like they have IG's number. And maybe this isn't just, you know, at once or twice a flash in the pan. Maybe this is just FPX at this stage have IG's number, because it looks like Gimgoon is doing a great job in the top lane of absorbing pressure from the Shy, but also creating his own advantages up there. Mid lane, Doomby's doing a great job of getting out and avoiding Rookie in that laning phase. It feels like the solo lane kings are no longer sitting atop that throne.
I just love how every time we see Gimgoon on the camera, he looks at best bored of the situation. He's just like, this is just another day for him. This, to you, this is the regional qualifiers, FPX versus IG, rematch between world champions. To Gimgoon, it's just Saturday.
Yeah, it's just another day in the roster. You know, he's got to come in, do his bit. It's like, oh god, I suppose I'll take these 5 kills to begin with. I mean, if the Shy is just going to hand them over to me, cool. I mean, I get to head home a bit quicker, don't I?
Yeah, and you can see spirits are very high on the FPX camp right now. But I will say one thing for IG, it does feel like for that team, when a game starts to go wrong in the early game, they are quite happy to say, look, go next, right?
Yeah.
We are not out of this series just yet. They keep the mentality good. They keep the spirits high within the team. Like, we're mocking the fact that the Shy's giggling while he kind of runs it down at the top lane. But realistically, I'd much rather that the top laner is like, okay, this game is a wash. This game is gone already. Let's just at least have some fun while we're here. And then come into game number 4 strong, reset mentally, and go for it again.
And at least we are seeing some changes coming through from Invictus Gaming. They have opted towards the blue side in this draft as well. So no longer going to go towards that red side. So at least they are in the back of their minds thinking, okay, how do we try and mix things up? How do we try and beat this FPX lineup? Because obviously giving over this Ashe pick is giving a lot of control to that bottom side where Puff and Bowline are really struggling. Maybe that's what they want to try and take for themselves and forego some of these counter picks that we talked about. Because I mean, one of the things that Lyric has talked pretty extensively about is the ability to blind pick a lot of mid laners right now with like Zoe's, Oriana's, all these ones rising up to the occasion. You don't really have to worry about a counter pick for Rookie.
We'll have to wait and see if that counter pick is going to come through or whether they're going to prioritize their mid pick. We're going to head back over to our casters though. As we head into game number 4, we'll see how this draft goes with IG on the blue side. Hysterics and Lyric, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, come in here. Come close, come close. Pull your face to the camera, pull your chair in. I want to tell you something. In the LPL sometimes, it doesn't matter if it's logic or reason, because FPX have been the better team in this series. But Invictus Gaming, throw that out the window. This is going to a Game 5, Lyric. Not because it makes sense, not because the series tells us that, but because IG have chosen blue side. They've freshened up. And what did you tell me off camera about IG? Why are they winning this one?
I said the fact that they got hard styled on 2 games of the series, pretty much 3, because let's be honest, that game 2 was nothing. That now none of us believe in them, and that's always when IG looks strong.
They're on the blue side. They've banned away the Galio, sir. Which means that was the placeholder before when it was the Caitlyn when they were on red side. So they get the first pick Ashe, which Puff has been on many times before.
Yep, good to see them get that, so at least should be a pretty good way to get some priority bot and give Puff more of an impact in this game, because let's even think back to game 2 when they won. A lot of it did come from outstanding moments from Puff going forward as well.
So, we get the other response, right? FPX like, we'll just do what IG did.
Now we need to see if FPX can do it better. Now I wonder what the response will be here from IG, because they're definitely not going Kindred Galio.
This is some real angel thump music in the background. The last stand of IG is what's on the line. We'll tell you a bit about story, because draft is very important, I agree.
I like this a lot.
Very early.
And I mean, Kate, we've seen Crisp look so good on it all series. I like that they're just picking this up here. I wonder if Rookie will blind pick mid, because we typically see mid in first rotation. Dagda talked about it, that the pool is very blindable. You can take something like an Oriana or a Zoe.
Oh, the Lee Sin from Ning.
I mean, this is a champion he's obviously very comfortable on. Ooh. I was going to say, I'd actually like an Oriana takeaway, just for the fact that it is Rookie. You have the Lee Sin coming up who can deliver the ball. But
I'm going to pick your brain a lot during this draft, because I think this is going to be the most important one of the series. Seeing the Nautilus there is standard, but because we already have that Lee Sin, because we now need solo laners once again for both teams, and now that they've changed sides, I'm very curious as to direction.
I want to see FPX 4th pick mid and then counter pick top. It feels like counter picking like top support is just more impactful overall in this meta, but especially when we saw the Shy. I mean, come on. Have that game that he had last game, just keep punishing him, get Gimgoon on a good matchup, and see if you can push that further.
It won't be on the Renekton, that's for sure. So top lane bans here for IG, while Rookie's Azir has been seen in the past And the Jace going to be banned. The Shy's most played during summer. The man on your screen. Again, not a great series. While Rookie, the other person on your screen, has been looking really good. Volibear, the final ban here, Lyric. So we are going to see something new. Unless Gimgoon wants to...
We've seen Dwinby play. I was going to say, the next two champions that he's played a lot of are typically Orianna and Sylas.
Yep.
Those are ones that have been clear standouts.
The Rise scene a couple of times, but
I
let's
mean,
just focus on this.
I said it in the first rotation. I'd like to see the Orianna picked up. Glad that he locked it in. It is a good takeaway from Rookie. You have like ball delivery in the sense that you have Lee Sin on the opposite side. That is actually Rookie's most played champion this split. He does wonders on it.
Yep.
And now you have this really nice scaling component to FPX. You have a really strong front-to-back team fight. And I like the direction it's going in. I feel like IG need to throw all that out the window and realize, okay, FPX's comp is so strong in those mid to late game team fights, we need to index into early game power. So that is an amazing pickup for doing it.
And is the Shy getting relegated to the Ornn?
Okay.
Yes, he is. Now, IG with their best draft of the series, Lyric, is that fair to say? Because it is more standard than what we've seen.
Their draft is very standard. I like it a lot. Still, if this goes late, this is going to be quite troublesome for them. The good thing, though, is they should have priority in the mid and bot lane for Ning to play around.
Now, seeing Gimgoon on the Camille to finish off, though, a different discussion we should have.
This is just insane that we are at match point for FPX. The Shy is on Ornn. Gimgoon is on the Camille.
It's real changing of the guard, even though the guard's been there, similar amount of time. It's crazy.
Again, to simplify this as much as we can, right? This is clearly scaling versus not scaling.
Yep.
FPX have options to play out through side lane if it goes late. I don't necessarily think they need to. You do have a great team fight coming in. You have the front line coming in from the Nautilus. You have the shield coming in from Orianna, as well as everything with the Senna sustain, the Dawning Shadows. So the Camille can just function as another form of engage onto the backline of Ashe Zoe. And I have a lot of questions for IG because we have not seen the Shy play a strong frontline role, especially as an engager, all year long.
Because now, with Ning on Lee Sin, it does feel like he's going to have to pick other options. We've got a Thresh and an Ashe in the bottom lane with Rookie on that Zoe. The Shy absorbing pressure like he has been all game. Just this time he has more tools and a tank, which, in the past has been okay, to say the least.
The good thing for him is he shouldn't have to worry at least about Dwinby making those roams up top like he has been in previous games, because he will be on Orianna. He should be pretty locked in that lane.
Sir, different drafts for the first time in this series. FPX, you talk about scaling. You want to see IG move with momentum. That's what this series has been about so far. FPX have been the slower team, but the better team overall. If IG want to take this to a Game 5, Ning has to have that performance, Rookie has to have that performance, and carry the rest of IG alongside with them. It all comes down to this. Are IG going to keep themselves in contention for Worlds, or are FPX going to look to defend their throne? We lead to LGD watching this one, watching who they're going to verse. And Game 4 as we enter the Rift, the bulbs are lit. And Summoner's Rift is too. Welcome to our World Championship matchup that is in the LPL and is also an elimination match.
Now let's remember, we also had this matchup in spring. We had it in the third place match where FPX also just styled on IG.
Destroyed it.
That was back with Khan though. So, it is a bit of a different flavor this time around.
And Southwind as well, remember. Baolan came in summer and brought this team up to the third place alongside Ning with their performance.
Let's talk about that as well, because honestly, with Baolan coming in, I feel like a lot of people who didn't consistently watch the LPL got a wrong idea of the narrative. They thought, okay, Baolan came in, Baolan's a top 3 support, he got voted on our all-pro team. But Baolan was fine. Like, individually, he was all right. But his individual skill and playmaking isn't what brought IG up. It was how much better he worked with Ning on the map than Southwind did.
Than what we've seen, right? When we saw Baolan back in 2018 Worlds, it was that individuality, the pairing. Let's pause. IG getting invaded on. FPX, they're level 1 they favor.
Yeah, they're going in. It is a 4v4 right now.
They want a match.
I don't think there's any clear, outstanding side in this level 1.
Yeah.
Nautilus is fine.
Paddlestar was started. Dredgeline doesn't connect, though. What's Baolan got? That's the real question, as Doomby sends out command attack.
They're forced off.
All right. And Tien is going to have to take another path, so he's going to be delayed.
The thing is, right, we didn't have a champion, let's say an Olaf, a Braum, a Karma. Some champion we were like, well, that champion's busted level 1, clear win. I'd say pretty similar level 1s, but Tien coming back in, has the sweeper, clears the ward.
And Crisp is getting low. Remember, we saw this all series long, but now it's on the other side. Well, Ning is coming in the flash from Tien.
He got it!
He hits 2, and Ning's in so much trouble. He's going to have to burn a flash safeguards instead. Luckily, as Tien now reigns supreme over this bottom side jungle.
Oh,
for
he
now.
doesn't have flash, though.
And Chris, remember, got burned out. There's a health bar disadvantage. Maybe Tien actually gets turned on the red buff. Healing's going to be essential, but 3 versus 2 for now. The flash forward. Ning wants revenge, goes in, still gets the kill. The flash from LWX is a 1-for-1, but brawling through the bottom side. LWX dies, and Puff gets a kill of his own, while Chris runs towards his father, Doinby, who saves his life after he flashes.
I mean, still, IG pick up 2 kills in that exchange, and the red buff even ends up on Baolan. Tien just going a bit too far forward. IG's bot lane was the one that had priority. They were able to come first, and that shows the power of this Ashe lane that we talked about.
1-0-1 for both these bottom laners. And sir, like I said, it doesn't make much sense, but logic be damned. IG with a favorable trade.
Oh, God. Poor Ning.
He's really getting bullied out. Gimgoon is level 3. Remember, it was a safeguard start. He doesn't have his ward available. Gets healed up. Gimgoon with a nice sweep. Really great trading, and Gimgoon now gets dominance of topside for FPX.
Whoever shot called that play, you know, just
yeah.
brilliant coming out, realizing, hey, Ning is still only level 1. We have push in top lane. Let's keep dominating this matchup. Tien's going to get level 3. Ning is just coming out of Fountain, level 1 still.
Tien's going to have triple buff available, double buff now in his back pocket. The level 3 you mentioned with Scuttle right here. Ning goes to the bottom side.
He can even just cut through mid and show on bot Scuttle. We even see Crisp already walking around. The good thing for IG is Rookie does have prio, so they could just have Baolan go outright, but...
We got a old school support jungle duo. But at the very least, remember what we talked about in draft, where IG need to get ahead. And Ning is a big tool to make that possible on this Lee Sin. So for IG, this early game, even after the couple of kills, good trading here from Rookie, Ning is going to have to find a whirlwind of farm.
Yeah, Rookie's playing extremely well. One thing you notice about Zoe is in your early laning phase, a lot of people might think to throw their paddle star behind them still, but it's about weaving them into the sides of the minion waves to make it harder to dodge.
Just getting quick trades and running away from Doom before he gets the dissonance out.
If you're able to throw in the auto as well from your passive, it really, you know, gets the full momentum out of the trade.
Tien just picking up those triple buffs we were talking about while Ning gets Scuttle. He's got level 2, Tien is level 4.
I feel like Ning just needs to go leech some XP off one of his lanes and hit level 3.
I feel like you know you pay a bit of that tax.
You need to, right? I mean, heck, he helped bot lane get the 2 kills.
He's actually going to be walking into the wave.
There we go.
At the very least, Descendants connects, and he wants to make the full gank as the Flay is being weighted. The Dark Passive, level 2 Lee Sin. Never mind, he's going to absorb a bit of champion experience as Tien walks in, but the play's already made. Well, meanwhile, the Shy on a tank into Gimgoon. He has not too much mana. Waiting for the Bellows Breath, the AD shield comes through. The Shy in a bit of danger himself as the Pot and Biscuit ready and available for Gimgoon. Biscuits for both, actually. We're looking at this.
Giving you more sustain in lane.
Something's going to happen, isn't it? No, just clearing the way.
I just want to go back and say that was an amazing play coming from Baolan. We've had like really great Thresh performances in this best of 5 so far.
And another one to lead the charge in game 4. Gold lead here for IG, and Ning, as I said, actually picked up a bit of champion experience. He's now level 3, got an assist, crucially, and is walking up towards the top side. So Ning's still behind in levels, but he has found a pathway and a very winning bottom lane.
The thing that's still a bit rough, though, is this would have been the timing I would have really liked to see IG start playing for this dragon, which, you know, potentially they could. It looks, their bot lane obviously just coming off of a reset, so they can get this push back in their favor. I'm not sure if Rookie has to reset or not, but again, he could, and then you just bring Ning back down bot side, set up this dragon, because you need to start stacking these early on.
This is Rookie coming in, though. He's teleported in behind enemy lines. Good little route here from LWX, but the Trouble Bubble connects, and here goes the center AD carry, quickly going to pop down, gives it over to Rookie, 4-for-1. Invictus Gaming now set up to kill Crisp, who is at the inner turret. If you wanted, you try and give this to Ning if he's nearby.
Yeah, I think Chris probably is going to try to suicide, but let's see.
Will he get spotted in time? I think he's fine here. I think he's going to go down.
Yep, he's good.
All right, a good execute from Chris.
Execute coming out. Oh, Baolan. I mean, so, especially bot side, Baolan's Flay was amazing.
Yeah.
But the hooks with the Thresh are going to be the question mark. I guess it's kind of good that you picked up the Thresh, because at least if you hook terrain, right, you're not you're not bringing yourself to your own doom.
So can I reiterate, as Balan picks up mobility boots, you know, Balan's having a great game, I understand, but IG are in a very weird place.
Yeah, IG, I mean, IG are in a nice place because they've obviously picked up all these kills. Their bottom lane's ahead. They have more of a pressure point to play through. But the game, it could just be strange for IG because the tempo of the game has been so weird with Ning falling behind, right? It's not like you're playing through.
Yes, sir, I gotta pause you. Call the forge goal was denied, but Kim still getting hit anyway. He's across the flash. Solo kill on the Shy. This is how he does it on a tank.
This is the secret weapon the whole time, the Shy's Ornn.
Apparently, better on tanks than carries.
Me and you have seen the Shy's Ornn many, many times.
We have, and Gimgoon now getting solo killed for the first time in this series.
No Doran's blade to be seen today, Hysterics.
No, he went Babby Cinder. This is crazy. And so now, across the board, IG winning through lanes.
So now it's the reverse, right? Now we have both sides, actually all 3 lanes for IG because Zoe having pressure in that mid lane matchup as well. 3 winning lanes for Ning. He should be able to pick up this early dragon. Reset coming out from the Shy, though, with Gimgoon walking back. At least Tien will be able to pick up this Herald, as Ning is doing dragon.
Tien is doing Herald. You mentioned it's 2k gold lead here for IG. The first dragon of the game going to be Cloud, and given over Ning. Bit of experience from this one as well. And Balan, now that he's got Mobies, might be able to link up with Ning a little bit better. So, sir, from here, Tien going to maintain that level lead. The Shy's going to spot him out. And that Herald might give a bit of needed gold back in the pocket of FPX.
Yeah, now the question is, where do you put it? We've seen them a lot default towards bot side, but they'd Ashe every other game, so it made a lot of sense, right? You were able to push in the wave easily, take plate gold. This time I probably expect it to actually be on Gimgoon. We see the Shy initiating this trade. The ult comes out, so the Shy's not able to get that second called the Forge God, but...
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, just yeah.
Yeah. Nice, perfect time for the pro view. As Puff gets turret plating in the bottom side, and this continues to happen. He's 2-0. He's going Essence Reaver build, as we've seen many times in the LPL.
He's dropping it mid.
For himself.
And one thing I've realized by watching a lot more of other regions these weeks, because we've had more time because of our playoffs, is that other regions drop Herald mid a lot less than LPL. Because in other regions, you typically see them try to do it with, you know, a turret that's about to go down where they can create a pressure point on the map. But we have so many times in LPL where we either have the 4-man rotation or just moments like this where you just come in and drop it, trying to break down that structure early and guarantee, right, like a more open map.
We see it a lot often, you know, those dragons and those set up for ejectors, just put it there to draw attention.
It's like we might not play the most optimal League of Legends. We know.
But we do
we
play
know
League.
we don't play the most optimal League of Legends, but we play very, it's like decisive League of
Yeah.
Legends.
Well said.
The LPL teams know exactly what they want. They might not know exactly why they want it, but they know they want it.
They work it out after the fact.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, do they?
Maybe. Good dodge from Dilby. Into this game, just quickly, because Ning's going topside, and Gimgoon's at half health. Hextech Ultimatum's available. Call the Forge God.
Dunzo.
Is Gimgoon going to dodge it? No, he's not. Kick in the wall. The Shy picks up the kill, and you know what? For a jungler that fell behind early, Ning's doing a lot.
I mean, this is something that Dagda was actually talking about on the desk earlier, that if you can get Doinby on a champion...
Ning might just be dead.
Oh, that was so
He
sad.
flashed towards Dark Passage. Dredgeline's going to find out Balan as well. He's stuck in the middle. The Shy's not going to help him, but Rookie might. Over the wall, a lot of damage onto Tien. Rookie actually manages the flash, but in comes the center ulti. Tien dodges away. The portal jump works. The shockwave from Doinby doesn't connect onto Rookie, who only just survives. Well, now the Shy is getting angry after all the bullying that's come through. Rookie's playing with death. The Shy with no mana. And by inches, we see that play end as the chat across the arrow. It's a 1v1 with 80 carries. The play doesn't end. Remember, he's got BF sword. The flash burnt by LWX, and he's out.
I mean, 2 for 2 on the top side of the map.
Wait, Rookie has flash. Rookie has flash! Oh my god, give this man something, but Dredgeline means he's dead.
You know, I feel like getting the solo kill on the enemy laner is worth going down to the support. Great play from Rookie. This is what we expect from him. I mean, he's had amazing play all year. He's been the standout for IG even in this series, so nice to see from him. But, oh, IG, they have a wave bot.
Tien's here, though.
Doesn't matter that Tien's here.
I like that response, Luke. Very well done. The play comes in. LWX,
Oh,
he's heard his
God,
flash before.
that matters.
Ning picks up the kill. That's also very important as Tien can't find a way in. Turret plating still available. IG are up 3,000 gold in 12 minutes.
He missed the Q. I thought that could have meant they weren't able to burst LWX down fast enough and Tien could get in, but luckily they still do. They get a bit of plate gold on as well. And we said, hey, the name of the game for IG was Accelerate, and they're doing it.
All right, Magic Shield's up here on the top side meanwhile.
You know what feels kind of bad, though?
So.
When you think about it, it's more like FPX kind of accelerated on themselves at level 1.
Yeah. Tien getting caught out in that bottom side after stealing away the red buff, which was really cool. I thought, oh no, Ning's in a lot of trouble.
And they've just done a great job. They're solo laners as well, right? They have just found their advantages on their own. We always expect that from Rookie, especially against Duimbi, but the Shy having a great performance against Gimgoon.
How do you untilt when you lost, but tilt when you lose? I don't know. IG thinks is now they've found a pick, but IG actually here a little bit quicker. FPX thought they were the ones getting Baolan, but Puff turns it around and everyone's there.
You're right. The crazy thing about that play to me was the reaction time because Rookie came over so quickly. The Shy's TP came out in an instant. It's like they expected the play to happen.
And Ning's kick, the least in performance. Who cares about the CS?
Did you know that this guy's won Worlds?
He has won World and Finals MVP.
Finals MVP.
Ning's pretty good at the game.
Also,
Let's watch
Young
again.
Miracles jungler.
Ooh, true. So Baolan.
Yeah, just nice dredge line coming out. They had no vision, though. They had no vision. Their lane's not pushing and their mid lane's not pushing. So what were they doing?
Well, FPX were taking a playbook out of the IG book from the series.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, they're like, hang on a minute, this is why they stopped it. And sir, dare I say, at this point, IG, with the way things are rolling.
I think I saw on Twitter during break that Coach Peter from Mad Lions put this series is like a big red button in the middle that says don't touch. And both teams want to touch it.
That's perfectly well said.
Peter Dunn, yep.
FPX here right now, they shouldn't be here because the hook comes in from Baolan. LWX is bursted down. Shockwave for the trade, but FPX need to get out there. Enchanted Crossover hits over the wall. It's called the Forge God. Meanwhile, that Dragon play was not worth it because FPX still need to get out.
Yeah, and Rookie's here. He has the smite.
Trouble Bubble's going to do quite a lot onto Duimbi. Is the target, lands that bubble. Ning ready to go in as well. Tien's behind enemy line. Sonic Wave doesn't connect, as this will open up IG for the bottom lane turret.
Yep, sadly no Paddle Star connected, no Sonic Wave coming out, and IG still get bot turret. They were able to pick up a bunch of kills in that last skirmish as well. And we're up to a 6K gold lead at 14 minutes.
It starts with G, ends with 5. Rookie, Paddlestar over the wall, hits the Nautilus. FPX should not be on Summoner's Rift right now. The death sentence, max range, Gimgoon, leave right now.
Rookie is just too good, man. Finding those amazing Sleepy Trouble Bubbles, finding the optimal Paddle Stars as well, setting up these sieges. They're not done.
Yeah, the Shy just keeps walking at them. He's 3-0. He has more kills than I think he's gotten throughout the series.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but either way, 0 deaths. That's impressive.
I wonder who sat him down. If it was Coach Chris or...
Rookie, does he just one-shot?
No.
Close.
I wonder if Rookie sat him down.
Rookie said,
says,
cut the shit. The Shy and Tien are going to be going 1v1. I apologize. As Flash is available. He burns it. And he's out.
Well, at least no more crazy shenanigans going on. We do have the other Rift Herald up. And you know, I need to pause. Because it does not feel like we're at 15 minutes into this game. I actually had to double take at Rift Herald and think, wait. We're at 19 kills.
Yes, we are. This looks like Game 3, doesn't it? It looks like Game 3, and this time it's IG's perspective. Blue's side might be
Strong.
Might be strong.
Hey, who thought that, guess what? FPX had to keep the Lucian ban.
Yeah.
Now they have to ban the Caitlyn. They have to ban the set as well.
They could
you
ban
now
Galio.
get a free ban.
The Galio's not on the Rift.
And you don't even need to give the Shy counter pick. Just give him Ornn.
True.
So this is how we see this
Oh
happen.
my god. Baolan's game.
FPX started. We see the hook come out from Baolan, as you point out. Shockwave comes in. He does end up going down the end. But Rookie on the opposite end of the fight dealing so much damage. And yeah, they're able to pick it up.
It's just out of nowhere. Can I just reiterate?
Yes.
Game 3. You know, what we saw was FPX looking like they were going to 3-1 this. And IG anti-tilted.
And
They
that-
won Game 2.
That might have been one of the Shy's worst games of his career. Not even just this split, like, of his career.
The 1-10 Kennen. There was no buff. He's now playing Ornn, and the key to success here 4 bounties on Invictus Gaming.
And we've seen them play around bot side. It's actually the craziest part, right? It's been all about enabling Puff. And that's been the opposite of what we all thought this year. It's like, okay, hey, Puff's fine. Puff's not amazing, but he's also not bad, right? He does his job. He's looked better with Valorant for sure. But this game, he got a few more resources. He got to benefit off of Tien's mistakes.
He's not a Jackie Love, right? He's not a Jackie Love or Juan Fong, but he's sat in my top 8 list.
That's also why at the beginning of the year, we thought he would fit IG better.
True.
For the sense that we thought he would be that stable player that they could rely on when Rookie and the Shy are going crazy.
Speaking of which, Chris was being called out. It's crazy time indeed. Trouble Bubble lands. FPX are grouped up in a choke, and you know what? Call the Forge God as they run away. Flash is burnt. Herald hit mid. They don't get inner, but the next wave's coming in.
That paddle started 75% of LWX's HP, even with him using heal.
And it's going to get worse from here. It's only 1.5 items on Rookie. He's off to the side.
This is where Zoe thrives, right? Zoe thrives at being able to use this terrain, being able to use these structures to throw out the Sleeping Triple Bubbles, to throw out these long-range and unexpected paddle stars from Fog of War, and set up these sieges, and they're doing it so well.
And IG have an Infernal Rift this game as well. That's going to change. Well, not too much because Puff, he thought something was happening. He got scared. Maybe he wanted to set up Rookie. Because Rookie could probably 1v3. Someone's going to get absolutely deleted. Only just. All right, FPX on Dragon first. What do you think? I honestly think...
I feel like IG just have more damage at this point in time.
They
They have a better front line as well coming in from the Ornn. Like, you would need some kind of combo where Gimgoon gets onto Rookie.
No. Speaking of which, though, he can't get on anyone. Balan flashes forward the death sentence onto Doomby. Box laid down. Shockwave only onto one. Balan takes everything from everyone, and that means IG have everything themselves because FPX have nothing. The Shy back in business with a kick flash from Ning. Gimgoon is trying to do something, but LWX watches as his whole team collapses. And Invictus Gaming, anti-tilt the perfect word.
And they keep going. Ning's going to be able to pick this one up on LWX. And with the gold lead they've accumulated, there's just nothing FPX can do at this point.
The ace.
I was going to say before the fight started, you need some kind of Camille play with Orianna Ball, as well as maybe a Dawning Shadows and collateral damage to delete Rookie. But at this point in the game, we just don't have the damage coming out from really any of them yet, but especially that Orianna.
Should I say it or should you? Let's bring on the Silver Scrapes. It's time. This game is an 8K gold lead at 20 minutes in. A very IG fashion, at least on the other end.
You know, this playoffs and regionals truly cannot have been scripted better. Like, you actually could not have done a better job if you sat down and tried to write out this playoffs.
Do you know, speaking of scripting, a win over is...
Chris.
We're used to Balan being on the Nautilus this series. Oh, that was beautiful. The Shy.
And I want to reiterate for all of you watching who don't follow LPL very regularly, this is Chris' 22nd game of Nautilus. His second most played champion is actually now Thresh at 8.
Yeah. And this time around, we're kind of seeing that 22 games does not mean you're the best Nautilus in the league, as LWX just gets chunked out. Tien wants a steal here to bring FPX anywhere near coming back in and trying to close out this series as Doomby. Arrow doesn't get dodged. Call the Forge God coming in as well. Shockwave onto the Shy. He can't hit back. There was a bit used, but Rookie's still alive. As Red Buff fought over, here comes the engage. The Shy gets the knock-up. Tien flashes over the wall. Baron still being done. And Invictus Gaming pick it up while the rest of them want to fight. They go forward. The Shy takes a lot of damage, but the cavalry's arriving. Box put down. The Shy dies, but Ning gets in. He's burning down Doomby while another death sentence spells the end for Crisp. Ning survives. A double for Rookie. And FPX now have to deal with this Baron.
And Rookie and the Shy did such a great job of zoning out Tien, making sure he couldn't get anywhere close to the pit. The Shy finds a window to engage, goes in. Sure, he ends up going down, but sets up Rookie to get a few kills as well.
Sir, it's a 12K gold lead at 21 minutes in the game. This is IG's best game.
You know the weirdest thing?
In 2 series.
It just didn't feel like this game clearly went from 0 to 100, but it didn't feel like it. It felt like a pretty smooth climb of FPX mistakes. And good play from IG as well, right? We saw solo kills coming out from the Shy. We saw Rookie landing great. But we start this off, Bellend coming in with a really nice death sentence, chaining it into the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Massive paddle start from Rookie. Crisp ends up going down. And then this is what we talked about, zoning off Tien, forced to flash over the wall. Shy's not afraid of anything. People are afraid of the Shy, so he goes forward. Nice paddle start coming out from Rookie. Valiant going in once again, drops the box to create a lot of space. Rookie flashing forward. And now we get to see the Siege with this Baron in the mid lane.
Shy's first death of the game as well. You said Siege, I'm listening because Gimgoon might be caught out in rotation. Hookshot, wallshot there. The arrow misses, imitating LWX from game 1 as the Shy gets in with the Searing Charge. Not taking too much damage, even dodging out. Look at this Ord. Half health Tien, and LWX has to go in. The Shy's still pretty reasonably healthy.
Now they're just going to wait for their next wave. As we have the Frozen Fist come out from the Shy. So once again, our typical LCK viewers are malding. But here on the LPL, we accept, you know, inefficient.
He said words like scripting, you know. I'm sure they're already a little bit upset by that. Doomby takes call the Forge God. Look at where Gimgoon is. He takes a Trouble Bubble. FPX are grouping up. Can you hear that Silver Scrapes? I'm not sure. Not yet. The Shy flashes away. FPX on their last defense are doing well as Baolan's gone too far in. Gimgoon with a re-engage. Puff does get the Nautilus in the end, though, while he wants to go forward. Sonic Wave dodges away from him with a quick draw. Rookie's Trouble Bubble is a leg short. Baron still here. A good pick from FPX to defend, but it is support for support.
Exactly. Look, the fact that it's a 1-for-1 means that IG can keep going. Rookie even picking up a flash with his W, so he's extra safe. Can play a bit more risky if he wants to look for a pick.
Gimgoon, though, in for the flank. Rookie there with his flash available, but look, Puff just went to the back. FPX now going in. This could spell their doom. Gimgoon had good intentions, but Ning's still alive. Gimgoon with the sweep doesn't land. The slow from Puff, though, with the volley, sends himself forward. LWX flashes away, heals up Doomby. The shield going to be great from the Orianna, but Puff's still pretty large and in charge. Flashes away from Gimgoon. Now low health bars. The Shockwave on their last stand. They wanted to end this series 3-1, but IG won't let them. The kick, Sonic Wave execute, flashes from Doomby. Ning is insane on this lead.
Ning and Rookie are absolutely showing up in this series. Sadly, they don't have a wave, so they can't close it out yet. But 13K gold, it just feels like a matter of time.
Ning takes a sip from his cup, limit testing to the best degree, and heads up to this Infernal Dragon.
Look at this. We have a game where it's about Ning, Rookie, Puff, and Baolan. The Shy, I mean, the Shy's had a fine game, but now he's a supporting cast. He's meant to be this front line, and the rest of the members are showing they can step up.
Well, what more do you say?
On the opposite side of this, though,
take me.
FPX have not had a good game. They've not played well. It started from level 1. It started with Tien. He honestly kind of ribbed his bot lane. Like, they didn't even have a chance after those early kills going on to Puff. Gimgoon getting solo killed by the Shy. Doomby, I don't know how much we can fault him for because he's on this Orianna, right? He's sitting in the mid lane. He's farming up. That's his job. But the rest of the map just completely collapsing around him.
Just trying to hold on, get to that stage we talked about, but it's like 20 more minutes away.
This looks like the FPX that we saw against V5.
Oh, very
where
true.
they were just getting outclassed individually, where they were making those risky plays.
But at least finding something here with the Shockwave onto Rookie. This is all the global pressure used on. Now 4 versus 5, but IG still want to go in and call the Forge God. Lay it down in this choke onto Chris. You just saw Rookie get caught out, but IG return the favor onto Chris as the Shy gets that Searing Charge onto Tien, and Gimgoon has the hook shot out of there. IG don't care about the numbers, they're going forward.
I want to highlight Puff for dodging the route coming out from LWX.
True.
He was the one walking forward, dealing all that DPS onto Chris. They're still going, they have the box, they have the Dragon's Rage on Ning.
Janikos Arrow, half the cooldown left remaining. Because nothing else is up, bar the Baron in 45 seconds, so FPX still managing to get trades means that IG can't run into the base and take us to this game fight.
And 12K gold lead. It is absolutely unrealistic. This game is an IG game.
Yes.
But if FPX can keep holding on,
20 minutes, right?
Orianna, Senna, Camille, they have late game scaling. They have opportunities to play through. But let's face it, you're facing, you know, a Fed rookie, so best of luck.
Okay. He did lose pages out of the Majaz.
Yes, he did. Knight would not be happy.
No, he would not. But to be fair, Knight in the series against JDG had to sell his a couple of times.
Yeah, he did.
As We're going to lose a turret on the top side. And IG now set up for the Baron round 2. FPX nowhere near this one. They've got to defend their base.
Yep, and they are going to do that. Gimgoon does have TP if they did want to look for something, but I don't think we got to finish having that conversation earlier where I said, if you are, like if you don't outscale, if you have no scaling, if you're, you know, Renekton, a bunch of early game champions, Lucian, etc., etc., you look for those gambles. You look for those 50-50s, because a 50-50 is the best you're ever going to get.
True.
When you're on a comp like this, you play to minimize any casualties and just hope the game lasts as long as possible.
Very true. You can see Gimgoon trying to do that, just picking up the turret, but the rest of IG are grouping up with this Baron. Gimgoon needs to return now, as the inhibitor turret top lane is under siege. And IG will take this very, very quickly. It's up to them to, again, minimalize, to use your key word, and defend this base. As Gimgoon's going to go in all the way to the backside onto Rookie. A 3-man knockup. Meanwhile, while the Shy is taking down the AD carry. This is like watching him against Huanfeng all over again. A double kill for the top laner, who finally shows up as Baolan locks on into Crisp. Doomby's left alive, trying to carry FPX. A triple kill for the on top. He's 7-1 and netting IG into this base. Doomby's low on mana with the blue buff, but IG can smell the end lyric. And with the Sonic Wave, I think we better queue up the Silver Scrapes, because out of nowhere, Invictus Gaming don't want to say die just yet.
2 world champions with only 1 game left to decide who gets a chance to go back to Worlds.
That soundtrack better be ready, because IG had their best game of the series. I gotta say, their best game, including playoffs. Very long time coming. And FPX were outclassed.
Doinby not looking happy.
No, he is not.
Completely understandable, right? The whole map collapsing around him. But by the end of that, the Shy didn't buy any MR. He fully indexed into armor. He had 500 armor. So no one except Doinby really able to do anything to that man. And we saw that. You said, hey, he's signaling out the enemy AD carry. He's getting onto Tien. He's getting onto Gimgoon. What can they do?
He did the most damage. This was a snowball ran out of control in early game, where Tien stole red, but IG collapsed.
But that gold graph also shows what we were talking about, right? That this game did go from 0 to 100 really fast, but it felt like a very smooth transition upward like that gold graph.
It was a 28-minute game, right? Even though it felt like that game dragged on for IG to end it, they were so far ahead by 15 minutes in, and we just climbed at the 20-minute mark to that 10K, ending up at about 16,000. So a very IG way to end, when we see that IG during the regular season had games like this where they snowball leads out of control, to use that word again.
We've talked about the top side so many times in IG games. We need to highlight Puff and Baolan, because Baolan, by far, his best game of the series.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. Again, even in their win with the Nautilus, it wasn't all too convincing, but this was a great Thresh game. And Puff on the Ashe.
The flashing forward,
did he get gifted early kills? Yes, he did. But the thing is, he took advantage of that. He used it, and he helped push the team forward into a win.
And the greatest part about this now is we've seen the best out of both teams in this series. Because I was getting concerned thinking that IG in Game 2 in their win was very much FPX making mistakes, IG picking opportunities out. But this time around, we saw the best of IG, much like we did in FPX's Game 1 and Game 3. So we put that together, and we actually get a comparable series running into Game 5.
Precisely, because I agree that their last win was not convincing, right? It was definitely off the back of a lot of FPX over forces, but this game was all IG, and sure, can you look at all of FPX's many, many mistakes? Yeah, but the thing is, they were able to use those mistakes and snowball into a clean game, which is what you look for when you are one of the top teams coming out from the LPL.
And it feels like